Hi guys, hope you are good. Hope you are well. Blah blah blah. Yeah, how you doing? Moscal says Barcelona 7-2. That's crazy. I saw it when it was 2-2. I saw it when it was 2-2. And I was thinking, you know what? Because yesterday I was saying I think Newcastle are gonna win. So I saw it when it was 2-2. And then I was thinking, yeah, I was right. I was right. Newcastle are going to take it. And then I had a shower and I came back and it was like 5-2 when I came back, to be honest. And then I was thinking, yeah, they ain't winning. And then, yeah, I saw it at the end, 7-2. That's insane. I kind of feel sorry for them. I can't lie. Kind of feel a bit sorry for them. I don't know how you feel. Isabel says, ready to watch us lose. I am ready to watch us lose. And I've made peace with it. I was kind of unsure how I felt yesterday. I was kind of a bit enthusiastic, but a bit realistic. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to wait until the day. And then I'll see how I feel on the day. And we've had a nice day. It was super sunny. It was the sunniest day all year. So I went on a walk and I was thinking, yeah, we're going to lose. So I am ready. Mosgeld says, we will win. I hope so. I hope so. And as Isabel says, hopefully as well. Predicting a 3-2 after extra time. Snus says, let's see if the fans are up for the game. Yeah, let's see. Apparently they were booing at the end of the last one. So I think they're going to be a bit apprehensive. Yeah, and let's see if the players are going to be up for it. I've got a bad feeling what's going to happen is the fans are going to be a bit up for it, but the players are going to fuck up, and then the fans are going to lose confidence. That's what I think is going to happen. But yeah, how are you? What are your feelings on Slot? I can probably guess what they are, but I'm curious anyway. Harry says, hello, how are you? Yeah, good. You won't believe what game I started playing today. I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 today. I played it when it first came out, but I never finished it because I was very busy during that time. And it's been on my bucket list for the past 10 years to basically finish it. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to start a new save. So I've started a new save on Red Dead Redemption 2. Fish has got food. What food have you got? I'm curious. How you doing, Grace? Hope you are good. Hope you are well. I didn't wear the blue cap. I was going to wear the blue cap that you don't like, but I ended up not wearing it. Fish saying hi. It feels disrespectful. As in the 7-2, yeah. Do you really need to score 7 goals? And I know we scored 7 goals against United, but surely you can stop. Surely you can stop after about 5 goals, right? Dylan says, what's your Twitch? Let me check. I don't know myself. It's football_live streams with a Z at the end. Because, I'm super cool like that. Like that. I think football_live streams with an S was taken. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be edgy. And put a Z at the end, so that's what that is. Players are just coming out. Van Dijk is smiling. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Liverpool's team today is decent. I would probably make one more change. Because he's playing Wirtz on the wing again, and I don't like Wirtz on the wing. I would have probably switched McAllister for Rio, and then play Wirtz in the middle, play Szoboszlai in McAllister's position, and play Rio on the wing. That's probably what I would have done. But hey ho, that's life. PSG embarrassed Charles. Shit, yeah, they did. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Every time I looked at the game, there was another goal, which is pretty crazy. That was more embarrassing. PSG stopped playing at 60 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, if PSG win win the tournament again at this rate. I heard Champions League said no Galatasaray fans in this game. Oh yeah, what's happening with that? I heard that a while back. Has that actually been implemented? Snus has made his feelings clear. We are effing ass with Arne Slot. Who would you get in as a replacement? Because I get asked this every single day. So I'm curious, who would you get in as a replacement? Nobody is scared of boring Liverpool. Yeah, I agree. It's so bad. And the thing is as well, it's so boring that when you watch a game, you just feel like you wasted your time. You just think I could have done something else. I could have done something else in that time, which is pretty annoying. But that's life. Benny says, "Have you seen the Fernandez assist chart?" I've not seen the chart, but I've heard he's very close to breaking. Is it the De Bruyne record or somebody's record? So I know he's doing really well. Fluffy needs a Liverpool win. I think we all need a Liverpool win. Grace says, "How are you?" I'm good. We had a nice day today. It was the hottest day. Hottest day of the year. So I went for a nice walk, 1.5 hours, and it was pretty good. So yeah, decent day. How about you? How was your day? Hope your day was good. Dylan says score prediction 1-1. 1-1. That's yeah. It has started. I've just not set the timer. My prediction's 1-1, but that's ultimately that's not going to be enough, right? We're all cheering the Turks today, aren't we? Well, some of us are. Some of us are not. Yeah, can't have people throwing fireworks and doing stuff like that. Faisal also thinks it's going to be a 1-1, which unfortunately is not enough. Snus would get Alonso in. Let's make it simple. I agree. That's my choice as well. Some people want Enrique, but my choice is Alonso. Number one, I think he's a really good manager. I don't think we can pay too much attention to the Real Madrid situation because that was a bit of a poisonous situation. But he's still a very good manager. He's got the history with Liverpool, winning the Champions League 2005, winning the FA Cup 2006, and he's also coached Wirtz and coached Frimpong. So I'm hoping he can also get the best out of them. So he'd be 100% my choice. My choice as well. Grace is having pizza for tea. Nice. What kind of pizza? I had pizza for breakfast today. I can't lie, because I was craving pizza when I woke up, so I had pizza for breakfast. But that was a long time ago. But what kind of pizza are you having? And do you have a favorite pizza? Do you want me to set the timer? I'm like 2 minutes ish in. This is a timer that Snus made me create like a year ago. And I absolutely hate the timer because I have to set it and pause it, but it is what it is. You hate the red cap more than the blue cap. I didn't know that. That's new information. So does that mean I'm not allowed to wear the red cap or the blue cap because you hate both of them? I thought you only hated the blue cap. Ooh, Salah ain't gonna do shit other than fall over. Oh, why is Kirkes central again? I don't like this. Why is Kirkes central? Kirkes should never be central because he's terrible on the ball. Kirkes should be wide so he can run up and down and put crosses in. Why is he in the middle? He should never be in the middle. Even if there's an open goal, I do not want to see Kirkes in the middle. Do you think we've got a chance of winning? It's possible, but let's see how the first 10 minutes go. Hoping for a 3-1 win, says Liam. I'd take that all day long. Grace is predicting a 2-1. But if it's 2-1, then it's 2-2 on aggregate, right? So who do you think would go through on extra time if that was to happen? That is the question. Yeah, Dan wants Luis Enrique. To be fair, you said that before, and I think that's you've made the point before, and I think you made a good point about kind of why you wanted him. If Liverpool were to get Enrique, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be disappointed or anything. I'd perhaps say Alonso is my first choice, Enrique is my second choice. But let's see what happens. Fish is cheering on Fish, no surprise there. Isabel had pulled pork sandwiches and fries. Pulled pork, home, crinkle cut, pickles, cheese, and jalapeno slaw. Cheese and pickled jalapenos on the fries. That is quite the meal. And it's an elaborate meal, which makes me quite jealous of it, in the sense that it's not just something basic. It's something quite elaborate. It's like a restaurant order. I guess that's one of the benefits of being a chef. You can cook restaurant orders for yourself. One of the benefits. We've apparently been talking to Stuttgart's manager. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Is Stuttgart where we got Endo from? Is he any good? Do you know anything about Stuttgart's manager? Is he good? Is he bad? It's such the Liverpool thing to do, though. It's such the Liverpool thing to do, to be edgy and not go for the obvious choice, you know. Like Liverpool are not the type of people who'd ever buy Coca-Cola or Pepsi. We'd buy Moroccan lemon flavored ginseng cola. Like we always have to be extra and edgy and not do the obvious thing and just get Pepsi. Grace's brain was hurting. That's no good. Why was that? Sebastian Hones. Is he any good? Do we know if he's any good or not? Yeah, Endo came from Stuttgart. Had a feeling. You really don't like this cap. The reason why I like this is because it's a different color. It's a red cap, but it's very clearly not a Donald Trump red cap. so I can wear it. I wouldn't want people to mistake this for one of those horrible things. But I like this because it's a different color. But you're saying you don't like this one at all. That's his name, and he's actually a pretty boss. Okay, fair enough. How you doing, Zaim? Zaim says this ref is terrible. Indeed, it's just the standard of refereeing. Unfortunately, we thought. I remember thinking it was just a Premier League thing. And it was just the English referees who were bad, but the European ones were pretty good. But it seems like the European ones are pretty rubbish as well. Speaking of European, Verts on the ball. Bro, whenever, like, I like Verts, but sometimes it's like, bro, you're trying to do too much. You're trying to do too much. You're trying to, dribble past 4 players and bake a cake at the same time. It's just sometimes keep it simple. Sometimes keep it simple. I agree with Speed. Speed says you never walk alone. Come on, you Reds. I'm liking that. I'm liking the positivity. Have you got a score prediction for today? Liverpool have started pretty well, to be fair. I just hope they keep this up and their heads don't drop. Because when that happens, they lose motivation. And then that's never a good thing. So I hope they can keep this up. Grace says Liverpool will hopefully win in extra time. It's possible. Ideally before that, because extra time would be like after 10 o'clock. so ideally before that. I agree with Fish that a tennis ball bird is a better referee than Premier League referees. Premier League referees are the worst. I think Europa League and Champions League referees are also bad, but the Premier League ones are 100% the worst. Snuff says, Stuttgart is top 4 in Bundesliga, so I don't know. Okay, fair enough. He at least has some degree of pedigree. Osman's down. What do you think about Newcastle losing 7-2? It's shocking, to be honest. I saw the score when it was 2-2. And I was thinking, you know what, a nice close game. Because I think the first leg was 2-2. And then today when I checked the score, it was 2-2. And I was thinking, yeah, it's still close. And then when I checked the score later, it was 5-2. And I was thinking, okay, not as close. And then, yeah, 7-2. 7-2 is crazy. 7-2. I never would have predicted that. And to be honest, I don't think anybody would have. They beat Leipzig the other day. Okay, but do you know much about his style of football? Is it attacking football? Is it possession based? I think what a lot of people have beef with about Slot is that the football is too slow and is too kind of lethargic, and it's not fast enough. It's not aggressive enough. So I think that's one thing people have beef with, and I think another thing is maybe he's man management, but we don't know that for certain. Stefan says, sorry, I'm late. I was overseas completing a secret SAS mission, but I'm back now. That's all right. That's all good. Number 1, did you complete the mission? And number 2, is there an Xbox update? Did you get the Xbox, or are you still considering it? Grace says, I can wear the cap if I want. Okay, that's a relief, because this one is average. I don't mind this. The reason why I'm wearing this one is because I figured I need a bit of red. This is a Liverpool shirt, as you can see, but it's hard to tell. But I figured I need a bit of red. But yeah, I might wear the blue one next time. What's your favorite pizza? I don't think there's a bad pizza, to be honest. I'd take anything. Did you see the comments made about the Anfield crowd leaving early by Sabazlai? I think I skim read it. I saw it. It's one of those things I saw on my phone, and then the doorbell went because I was having a delivery, and then I forgot to read all of it. But I think it was pretty much the usual stuff from what I recall. I don't have the volume on this game. Is the crowd any better today? Isabel has provided some additional information on the Stuttgart coach. Sebastian Hoeneß is a tactical innovator. Okay, I mean we like tactical innovators, known for transforming Stuttgart through a possession. Oh, okay, I don't know about possession based, highly fluid 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 that prioritizes technical build-up, numerical overloads, and quick counter-pressing. Okay, the counter-pressing is encouraging. His style emphasizes intelligent positioning in the half spaces. Inverted fullbacks. Don't know how I feel about that. I like traditional fullbacks, especially with the ones that we have. I like them being out wide. And rotational freedom, allowing for intense attacking pressure. I do like that. Based on that, yeah, there's some things I like 100%. I'd have to check him out a bit more. And see just to see if he's a good fit, to see whether I can give the club my blessing or not. Because if the club don't have my blessing, then they are not allowed to hire him. Grace is gonna rub the lost in Ash's face. Understandable. Fish is happy. Miro, how many Miros have you got? Is it Miro, or is it Mi Romero? Is it Miro, or is it me, Romero? Pound for pound says, what's your score prediction? I mean, my prediction for your username is probably more important, I think. I got a bad feeling, to be honest. I got a bad feeling it's going to be a 1-1. And I know I'm probably being a killjoy. But my pre-match prediction was 1-1. Liverpool have come out a bit quicker, which is nice. Let's see if they can keep this intensity up. If they can keep this intensity up, then they might end up winning. But to be honest with you, my pre-match prediction was 1-1. But what was your prediction? Isabel's favorite pizza is I can never say that word, but mushroom, mascarpone, capers, olives, and anchovies. Wow. You like everything that I pick off of pizza. I'm a simple guy. Like a simple margarita pizza is difficult to beat, I'd say. There's some beef going on the pitch. Romero says 3-0 Liverpool. I'd take that all day long. Who are you predicting to score? Do you think Salah's gonna score? I think Szoboszlai will probably score because he's on hot form at the moment. But yeah, let's wait and see. Fish only buys fish. That makes sense. Grace says, Ash is so dry towards me nowadays. It's actually so annoying. You need to remind her about the Newcastle loss. that will invoke a reaction at the very least. Zaim says, the crowd is great today and I feel like it's impacted our team with our pressing. Hopefully we can keep it up. Yes, that second sentence is the important thing, because I find the crowd always like pretty much gets up for it. But the problem is, if they don't see results on the pitch, then the noise level drops and they lose energy. And then when the crowd loses energy, then the players lose energy. So I hope at the very least the crowd can keep it up. Waza says it's scary to think Arsenal could win the treble or quadruple. It is scary to think that, and therefore I don't think that. I don't think about it. You know how it's scary to think that eventually we're all going to die and none of us are going to be here. I also don't think about that. So that's what I compare Arsenal to winning the quadruple to. You know how it's scary that the sun will eventually kind of blow up, and then when the sun blows up, we're all kind of screwed. I don't think about that, and I also don't think about Arsenal. That's how I cope. Miro. Okay, fair enough. Salah, Ekitike, and Szoboszlai goals. I can see that happening. I can 100% see that happening. This Sebastian Hoeneß guy, who Isabel was telling us about earlier, and Snus was telling us about, he's Klopp in the 4-2-3-1. Okay. And I would guess that name Hoeneß with the kind of accented S at the end. I'd guess that that's a German name, which is also a positive. Liverpool seem to do well with German managers and German players, so that's always good. Miro's brother is a Galatasaray fan. What's your brother's prediction? As a Galatasaray fan, does your brother think his team's going to go through? Or does he think it's going to be tough? Grace needs them to win so I can stream on Sunday. Is this the... to be honest, I should be able to stream on Sunday regardless. Fingers crossed. Verts. Keep it simple, bro. Whenever Verts gets the ball, a switch goes off in his head that I need to run past 500 players before I pass the ball. Like, bro, you don't need to do that. Just keep it simple sometimes. Stefan did get an Xbox, but it didn't taste very nice. I baked it in the oven and added spices and gravy, but it's not for me. That is a shame. Maybe it was the spices that you added were the wrong spices. But yeah, hopefully, if there's a PlayStation available, hopefully that tastes a bit better. Oh, prosciutto. Oh, okay, yeah, prosciutto. Grace is eating a pizza. How is it? Is it good? Esports Gamer says, yo bro, it's me. How are you? Hope you are good. Fish, is that Portuguese? That might be Portuguese. Miro says, what's the lineup for Galatasaray? Let me see if I can show you. It's not coming up on the screen. Give me a second. I'll fix that. There you go. So in terms of the lineup for Galatasaray, it's that. So they've got, I'm like, yeah, it's just that. There you go. It's that. They got Lamina in midfield, who I think scored in the first game. And they've got Osman up front, who we always need to be fairly wary of, should we say. Precisely, he's German. Okay, that's a positive. That's a positive. That worked pretty well the last time. Stefan wishes Charlotte, who may have been a bot but may also have not been a bot, would come back. I was going to propose to her. Had such a good thing going, but it's over now. You never know. She might make a return. She might make a return one day. I hope she does, so that you can formally propose. Asserman's complaining about something. Yeah, he's never happy. He's always whinging and complaining about something. Grace is enjoying her pizza. Nice. Stefan says, I'm joking. I didn't cook my Xbox. That is a relief. Thank you for the recommendations. No worries. Adi says, not dropping Salah is mental. I hear where you're coming from, because he's not in... I was going to say he's not in the best form, but even that's putting it lightly. I think he's proactively in bad form. But who would you drop him for? Oh, Wirtz with a terrible shot there. Would you have played Frimpong there? Would you have played Rio Engamo on the right? Or would you have changed the formation? Grace feels guilty because I can't wear my favorite hats. That's all right. It's all good. You've said I can wear the blue one next time, so I'll wear the blue one on Saturday. Osman's one of the best pressers at the moment. He's always a bit of a pain. I can't lie. He's a good presser, and he has a knack for popping up with goals. Fish says today's referee is tennis ball, but it could be. Luka Modric says hi. How's it going, Luka Modric? Adi says, give it to Rio. He's electric when he's on and not much pressure, as it's just home fans. It would have been a good... What I would have done... I don't know if I can show you the lineup. Give me a sec. So you see this lineup. Let me just fix the screen a bit. You see this lineup over here. You can't see it. There you go. I would have done things differently. I would have kept the defense as it is. I know some people want Robertson, but I would have gone with Kirkes. I would have played Szoboszlai in McAllister's position. I would have played Wirtz in Szoboszlai's position. And then I would have played Rio on the wing. So basically, I would have swapped McAllister for Rio. I know that means sticking with Salah, but I think we're just kind of so short on kind of personnel at the moment. Don't have much other choice. But I do agree that this would have been the perfect game for Rio. Is Gakpo on? Gakpo is not on, which is a bit of a surprise. But you can bet You can bet he'll come on at the earliest opportunity. Grace says, damn, that's 4 streams in a week. Is it? I lose count. I remember I was here yesterday. And I'm also here today. How come Galatasaray fans are banned anyway? Some beef with fireworks and I think misbehaving. Silver says, does he not read TikTok comments? He does. The TikTok comments are just sometimes they are slower to come through than the YouTube ones. Who would you sell from Liverpool and for how much? Oh wow, that's a bit of a loaded question. I'd sell Salah. I mean, I say I'd sell Salah, but I think that deal is already sorted. I'm hoping Liverpool can maybe get 100 million for him from kind of Saudi. I'd be open to selling McAllister for the right price. I'd sell Gakpo for any price. I mean, I'd sell Gakpo to you. Like if you've got some chewing gum or a chocolate bar, maybe like a can of Pepsi, I'd sell Gakpo to you. It looks like Robertson might be off, which I'm fine with as well. But I'd say those are the main ones. Ooh, Szoboszlai scored again. Szoboszlai again. Liverpool are literally Szoboszlai FC. Liverpool are literally Szoboszlai FC. I've got no problem with that, but this guy's carrying the team at the moment. As Ozzy says, yes, up the Reds. Sean says, score predictions, I think 2-1. We're playing pretty decent right now. I can't lie, my pre-match prediction was 1-1. That was my pre-match. But you're right, Liverpool are playing quite well. They are rising to the occasion. So hopefully a 2-1. That would be nice. Isabel says 1-0. Leo says, goal lads, for F's sake. Fair enough. It's a nice goal, to be fair. It was a nice finish. It was right into the corner. It didn't have the most power on it. But it kind of curled right into the corner. So we take that. Hopefully this now should kind of elevate and kind of lift the crowd up a bit more. Stefan says, did you see the news about AFCON? Yeah, that happened late yesterday. That is insane. I mean, I kind of don't know what to say because I was just so gobsmacked when that happened. But generally speaking, I don't think it's right to retrospectively change the result of a football match, especially 2 months later. And why is it 3-0? Why have they retrospectively changed it to 3-0 instead of 2-0 or 4-0? Like why the number 3? It just stinks of corruption, to be honest with you. Grade says yes. Stefan says Kane scores for Bayern 1-0. No surprises there. Miro says come on. Yes. I'm liking it. It's a good start. Let's hope they don't get overconfident though, because they do have a tendency to do that. They do have a tendency to sometimes think, hey, we're the big bad champions. We can do anything. Let's not forget they did go 1-0 up against Spurs and then screw that up. So it's good. It's good, but let's get a second now. Do not sit back. Please do not sit back. Oh yeah, you're right. 4 in a week, damn. To be honest, next week, I don't know if there's going to be any streams next week. Because I'm going to that Liverpool game on Saturday. And then the week after, I'm going to Spain. So it probably makes sense to get more in right now. Zayn would have played 3 at the back, as in for today. Kirkes and Frimpong wing backs. That's what I really want to see, because I think that's how you get the best out of them. Because it keeps them wide. It allows their pace to be utilized. It also Salah's through, and it fucks it up. It allows their pace to be utilized. It allows their defensive capability to be utilized. And it's a bit more secure because you've got an extra man back. Jones, McAllister, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Ekitike. Was going to say I want to see Szoboszlai further forward and look at that goal. It's something different, and I think I feel like this manager has tried every incarnation of what he knows. So I'd be open to something different like that. Mr. Default says United. That's what happens when you don't play Szoboszlai at right back. To be honest with you, he's pretty much carrying our team at the moment. Pixel says, "Hey, Top Shagger, how are you? Hope you are good. Hope you are well. Liverpool are winning, so that's a bit of a surprise." Okay, you've provided clarity, yeah, on why it was a 3-0. Makes sense if that's the default score. Jota says, "Let's go." Yeah. What's your prediction for the end of the game? Liverpool through again here. Why are you doing, Ekitike? What are you doing? What's this kind of obsession / borderline fetish that Liverpool players have with just trying to run past the whole team? Ekitike does it and Wirtz does it as well, I've noticed, yeah. As Sean is saying, they should have passed it. And that thing that Ekitike just did, Wirtz does that as well. Whenever they get the ball, they say, you know what? Let's dribble past 10 players and then let's go backwards and try and dribble past everybody again. I don't understand. I don't get that. I don't get it. Senegal's asked for an independent investigation to appeal it. It's just so silly, isn't it? It's been 2 months. Just allow it. Like, move on at this point. And now he's getting investigation and this appeal and that appeal and my mom's appeal and my dad's gonna appeal it. It's just, guys, just leave it now. Move on. Move on to the next competition. The more appeal. Oh, Wirtz. Oh, how the. He's hit it over, but I'm hoping that took a bit of a deflection. Miro says, "Who would you buy from Galatasaray and why?" I wouldn't mind Osimhen. I think Osimhen's a quality player, quality finisher, and also a quality presser of the ball. So I'd be happy with Osimhen. He'd probably be a bit expensive, but I wouldn't say no. No, Szoboszlai was it was from a corner. So Szoboszlai was on the edge of the box. Corner came in and he just kind of took it first time. Ooh, Liverpool hit the post, man. I don't know why I went kind of Geordie there. But Liverpool with the pressure. Brain was hurting because I've been learning about crypto and frauds and scams. I see. That's why your brain was hurting. Did you learn anything valuable? Isabel says, "You say we're Szoboszlai FC. Why does it remind him of? Why does him remind me of Stevie G?" To be honest, when I was saying that, I was kind of thinking that in my head as well. So it's interesting that you've reached the same conclusion. What do you think the score will be at the end of the game? It's going to be 7-0. No, it's not. My pre-match prediction was 1-1 overall. I might go for a 2-1 overall. Braino Fernandez. Biggest VAR check in history. Somebody posted a meme of so it was really funny. You know the score ticker that they show on the screen, so like 1-1 plus extra time. The plus extra time had like 6 billion minutes in it, and it just looked really funny. I've described it terribly, but I think you know what I mean. Galatasaray players are playing like wimps, and now Songo's rolling around on the floor like a little bee. He needs to get up, man. Ooh, so did Szoboszlai just hit the post? What has Szoboszlai started having for breakfast? Anytime Szoboszlai gets a long shot, he just smacks it, and it's just so much better than it was many years back. Okay, now, keeper kind of saved it, but even then, if that was Szoboszlai 2-3 years back, that's going over the bar. That's true. We're technically withdrawing. I forgot about that. Stefan says, don't forget you're also coming to Oldham on Sunday to eat big meat pies and look at the rain and the litter and the crime. I mean, you're really selling out Oldham to me, especially the litter and the crime. I can't wait. It sounds riveting. Whereabouts in Spain are you going? I'm going Madrid. And then on Sunday, I'm going to the Bernabeu. The Bernabeu tour costs £35, which is crazy expensive. The Liverpool tour costs £25. But yeah, going to Madrid over the bank holiday, though. Ooh, if you could have one player in your current squad return back to the age of 18, who would it be? I mean, the answer, if it's somebody in the current squad, it would surely have to be either Salah or Van Dijk, I would think. It would have to be Salah or Van Dijk. And I'd probably go for Van Dijk. Because Van Dijk at 18, I think you get more longevity out of him because he's a centre-back. So it's the value for money option. Because, centre-backs can remain good until, let's say, 35, I don't know. Whereas with attackers, it takes longer. Sorry, they have less time. And also, I just feel like, and this is going to sound so disrespectful, but I feel like Van Dijk's skill set is more rare than Salah's skill set. I feel like it's easier to replace Salah than it is to replace Van Dijk, because Van Dijk also has the leadership and the captain and all that stuff. Josh says, who scored Szoboszlai? Fish says, will you PP on your phone, please? I mean, I could do. It is waterproof, but I'm just not too sure what that would achieve. Avoid Oldham at all costs. I've never been. Stefan is trying to get me to go. But I have never been. Miro says Real Madrid or Barcelona. I mean, generally speaking, neither. But if you really force me to pick one, probably Barcelona. But yeah, I'm going to the Real Madrid stadium in like 2 weeks for a tour. It's really awkward because whenever you do these tours, they always ask you, who do you support? So that will be fun. Zaim says, Szoboszlai playing right back during the season is comparable to Amorim playing Bruno Fernandes in a double pivot. You could be right. And we have said it all along that while Szoboszlai can play right back, you lose so many of his skills and so many of his abilities and so many of his qualities by playing him at right back. It's like, for argument's sake, you could say he's a 9 out of 10 as a midfielder, but as a right back, he's a 5 out of 10. And then it's like, yeah, he can do it, but you miss out having that 9 out of 10. I don't even have to say you know already who mine is. I do know who yours is, and it is going to be Højlund. No, it's not going to be Højlund. But it'd be funny if it was Højlund. Stefan says, if I sent you £30, would you buy an Oldham shirt and wear it on stream? To be honest, I can maybe look in. You don't need to send me, but if it's that important, I can look into getting one. But I might regret that. I might. If you ask me about this again, I might pretend I didn't just say that. But what color is it? I guess that's the question I should ask. What color is it? It might look pretty nice. JJ says Galatasaray are going to go out. I hope so. Groot says I am Groot, but the second thing he says is Ekatike's decision making is awful. It is. It's a bit annoying. Sometimes I just want him to pass the ball a bit earlier. He has this illness that Wirtz also has, whereby whenever they get the ball, they want to dribble past everybody. And it's like, guys, you don't have to dribble past the whole team. How far is Oldham from you, says Grace? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I'd have to check that out. Who's your vice captain? Szoboszlai? No, it's Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson is the vice captain. But there's rumors that Andy Robertson is gonna leave. And so if Andy Robertson does leave at the end of the season, I think Szoboszlai is a good candidate for vice captain because he's also a longer term candidate for captain. The only slight little thingy thing is I'm not sure Szoboszlai has signed a new contract yet. And I think his dad might have been flirting a little bit with Madrid. So I don't know if there's anything in that. But yeah, if he signs a new contract, then yeah, vice captain and then captain when Van Dijk leaves. Miro, you're a Real fan in Spain, but respect. Nice. I'm going to Madrid in like 2 weeks. And I will also be going to the Bernabeu. And I will resist the urge to shit in Trent's seat. I say resist the urge, but not making any promises. Wrong, it's O'Donnell. Do you not think Szoboszlai's been a 9 out of 10 this year for Liverpool? I think he has been a 9 out of 10, but naturally that is skewed a bit because everybody else has been crap. Grace is only 2 hours away from Oldham. You could go before me, and then you could let me know if it's safe to walk around without a bulletproof vest. PSG Barcelona final. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be good as a neutral. Miro says Ekatike and Vert say, screw it, I'm better in the EA ratings. It does feel like that. It does feel a bit like that. It just annoys me whenever they get the ball. They always try and dribble past 4 or 5 players. And it's like, guys, you can pass the ball. You can do a 1-2. You can mix it up a bit. They just always decide to run forward as soon as they get the ball. Szoboszlai likely to leave in search of trophies. I mean, possibly, but like he has got a Premier. He's been here for what? Did he win the Premier League? No, I think he just got 1 Premier League with Liverpool. I think, but that's still pretty good to be fair. And yeah, I saw that Enzo might be leaving Chelsea, which is not good. If Szoboszlai's been a 9 out of 10, what does that make Bruno? Like a 7? No, I think. No, to be fair, 9 out of 10 is probably too much. Thinking about it now, I'd say Bruno's been a 9 out of 10 this year. But Szoboszlai's been close. I think Szoboszlai's been close. You could do with a clear out, especially some of the new players, get some cash back while you can. They're not gonna clear out any of the new players. They're gonna clear. Ooh, keeper's hurt himself. They're gonna sell Robertson. I think they're gonna sell Salah, and possibly also McAllister. I think it will more be the older players that they kind of get rid of. Grace learn not how to not fall for scams. That's always good because you're always seeing in the news people getting scammed, people losing their life savings. So it's always good to have a bit of awareness. Mr. Default says behave. So Szoboszlai is not being close. Nobody has been closer to Bruno. So what score would you give Bruno? Would you give him like a 9 out of 10 for the season or a 10 out of 10? It's a bit difficult to maybe score Szoboszlai because he has been really, really good. But then the flip side is he only looking good because of the rest of the team has looked bad? It's something that you have to kind of think about. And why has Kirker's got a mullet? When did that happen? He's been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. I've seen so many teams of the year and they don't ever pick Dom. And everyone lambasts them in the comments saying things like, are you rage baiting? I think Fernandes definitely deserves to be in there. If Szoboszlai is also in the team of the year, I don't think anybody would what's the term? Batter an eyelid. I'm trying to think who else has been good from a midfield perspective. I think they've both been very good, but it's fair to put it's fair to rank Bruno higher for this season. I think what I like most about Sabozlai's what I like most about Sabozlai's season is I think this is his best season that he's had so far. So he's shown steady progression, if that makes sense. And I think he's still a pretty young player. I think he's about 25 maybe. So that's probably the most encouraging thing. What would you rate Valverde? Is that when you say Fede? Is that Valverde? This season, I mean, for the for the first Man City game, you could probably give him 11 out of 10, given that he scored a hat trick in the first half. To be honest, I haven't watched enough of Real Madrid to give a definitive rating. But in the Man City in the Man City game, he was amazing, and generally speaking as well, he's always been pretty good. I don't really recall him ever having a bad season. So Bosley again, but saved. No one is a 10 out of 10 because no footballer is perfect, so 8 out of 10. Fair enough. So Bosley free kick merchant. He didn't score a free kick today, but to be fair, it was a corner and he kind of took it first time from the corner. There was a question today, who's better at free kicks, 66 or Szoboszlai? And I'd probably have Szoboszlai at this point. But that's another thing. If 66 had stayed, then 66 would probably still be on corners. Sorry, corners and free kicks. And so we perhaps never would have got to see this. Zayn would clear out Alisson. See, this is an interesting one. The Alisson thing. Because I was kind of saying this last year, but even leaving that to the side for a second, I almost feel like if we were going to clear out Alisson, I would have kept Kelleher because I think Kelleher's amazing. Kelleher's better than Mamardashvili, and Kelleher's also homegrown. Whilst I understand the reasoning for it, I was kind of thinking about this last year when there was talk of kind of Kelleher leaving. I was thinking, would it make more sense just to maybe cash in on Alisson and keep Kelleher as the new number one? But I understand the point. Zaim is clearing out Alisson, Robbo, Salah, Endo, which abbreviates to AS. I don't know if you're deliberately trying to say that they are AS players because that abbreviates as AS, but maybe it's subconscious to a certain degree. Robertson, yeah, I get it. Would you take Simicast back or would you get like another left back? Salah, I got a weird feeling with the Salah thing that deal is already done. I feel like that paperwork has already been signed. Endo, I would love to keep Endo. I really like him as a player. I really like his qualities. But unfortunately, this manager is never going to play him. So I understand. McAllister, yeah, I get it. For maybe 70 million or something. Gomez, I get it. Gakpo, 100% get it. Let's clear him out for free. Let's just get. Ooh. Why is the ref pointing at the spot? Why is the ref pointing at the spot? That was not me. We cannot talk about this. Were you one of the people who said Bruno was overrated? Not that good. That was not me. And also, do not go to my YouTube channel and click on the buy, sell, loan thing for Man United in the summer. That was somebody that looked like me that was saying you should sell Fernandes, and that was somebody that looked like you who was saying, no, we should keep him. What are you on about? It's just someone that looked like me that was saying you need to clear him out, you need to move on. So it's just somebody that looked like us. It wasn't actually us. Just in case you ever come across that again. But it does look like it's a penalty. Well, here's the question: Is Szoboszlai gonna take it, or is Salah gonna take it? Because this is gonna be it's Salah. Okay, that's a bit harsh. I'm saying, oh god, it's Salah standing over it, but Salah's gonna take it. Okay. I need to get to the end of Zaim's list though, which I will do after this penalty. So far, I've got up to Gakpo, and I agree with all of it. Even though I love Endo, I want to keep Endo. If the manager's not going to play him, then you got to move on. Salah stepping up, not looking confident. My beard looks the same as Salah's beard, but his is darker. Salah penalty. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? We were literally saying, should Szoboszlai be taking it? That was the shittest penalty I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck? It was right down the middle. It was kind of knee height. It was right down the middle. That's the most garbage thing I've ever seen. Yeah, but like he couldn't even do that properly. Salah is so washed. I knew it. He's dead. He's dead. What the hell was that? Yeah, like I expected a few things in my head, right? And a few permutations were goals and a few permutations were misses. But I didn't expect that. What the hell? It's like, bro, you don't have that level of confidence right now to be trying that. I'm assuming Salah missed based on the what the F was that? What the F was that? That's the worst effing thing I've ever seen. I'm in shock. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. That's his season over, says Isabel. Yeah, I mean, I'm just lost for words at kind of what the hell that even was. Yeah, bro went for the middle, tried to kind of Panenka. But why would you just keep it simple? Verts with the shot save, but just just go for the corner. Go for the corner. Like you always do, or maybe even blast it. I would have been less annoyed if you just blasted it over the bar. What the fuck was that, man? Genuinely, like, what was that? Okay, it's happened now. It's happened now. We got to move on. But Szoboszlai and penalties, please. Szoboszlai and penalties, please. Unk is retiring next season. I mean, as we were kind of saying, I got a feeling the deal has already been signed. And I think he's off. Yeah, as JJ is saying, what was that, man? That was atrociously bad. I wouldn't even give that penalty 0 out of 10. I would proactively give that like -5 out of 10. It was that bad. Miro's brother screaming in one ear, and I'm screaming in the other ear about kind of how bad that penalty miss was. Grace says, is that a video for a short? Probably not. I try and make the shorts a bit more interesting than me just swearing 500 times. But maybe, you never know. But again, I need to go back to Zaim's list because I wanted to go through the list. Chiesa, yes, gonna have to sell. Ramsey, I'd keep. Ramsey, I think is decent. Ramsey, I think is decent. I actually have a bit of a soft spot for Ramsey. I think he's all right. Kanate is probably gonna go. Tal Van Dijk publicly over his last season. Publicly, as like a press conference. Like a press conference in Anfield. We've got Virgil here. And it's this cunt's last season. Or do you mean privately? Do you mean tell him privately that it's gonna be his last season? Does it though? Would you not give him one more year? The reason why I say this before you guys say what the F, there's a new right back in Frimpong. There's a new left back in Kirkes. There's another new left back in whoever replaces Robertson. There's a new defender in Jeremy Jacquet. And if Alisson also goes, that's so many changes in the back. I'd like a bit of consistency there. But hey ho. Alim is saying, yes, cousin Salah, sick penalty. You know how yesterday or the other day you were saying, I can tell you're annoyed because you're swearing today. I just swore like 4 or 5 times in a row. That was the worst thing. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. That was the worst penalty. And genuinely, that was the worst penalty I've ever seen in my life. In my head, I was thinking, okay, it might go there, it might go there, it might go there, it might go there. I never could have imagined he did that. Yeah, he should have just slotted it calmly. You know, go for the corner, go for the bottom left corner, bottom right corner. If you're gonna go down the middle, at least blast it. Yeah, because he does that sometimes. Sometimes he blasts it down the middle. What the hell was that? As James says, that don't work. That does not work. That is shocking. Oh, do you reckon you're gonna come back? Yeah, you're 5. So you're 1-0 up today. It's possible. Yeah, as Grace says, Lord have mercy, Salah. Just keep it simple. Go for the corner. Go for the bottom left corner. Go for the bottom right corner. If you're unsure what to do, just blast it. I've never seen Salah ever do a Panenka type of penalty. I don't think I've ever seen him do a penalty like that. If he goes down the middle, he smashes it down the middle. Sometimes you can do that kind of penalty if you're high on confidence and, or there's not much on the line and you just want to mess about. That's not the time. That is not the time to be doing that. Salah needs to be dropped to sub for the rest of the season and sold in the summer. I reckon that deal's already done, to be honest with you. He's playing like a guy who's already handed his notice in and he knows he ain't going to be here next month. You could have got 100 million for Salah in the sum. You could have got 100. We couldn't because he had no contract. He had about 2 weeks left on the contract. We could have got 100 million last year, but I take the point. Keel says Salah missed 2 big opportunities. He's my GOAT. But yeah, I think you're right. I think this is gonna be last season. Miro thinks it's going to depends. Grace says Salah missing that Panenka. Do you think Slot should? I think he should. Yeah, I think he should. Surely the penalty taker should be Sabazlai, but I don't know if it would become a bit political if you kind of change the penalty taker. It's happened. It happens in other teams. And other teams have also changed captains. So, Harry Maguire was captain and then it got given to Fernandes. But just give it to Sabah. Klopp had the thing. So Jurgen Klopp had this thing, which he said he did. But to be fair, I don't think he ever did. But he'd always say, you're on penalties until you miss one. And if you miss one, they go to somebody else. That is something he said, but I don't think he actually implemented that. But I think just give the penalties to Sabazlai. Look, Sabazlai can basically score penalties when there's a wall in front of him, as in he can score free kicks. So it's probably going to be pretty good at penalties as well. Bro had as Miro says, bro had one job and couldn't do that. Agree with JP Low. I wanted Sabazlai to take it. Sabazlai, there's a clip of him on YouTube where kind of Neymar is trying to put him off from taking a penalty, saying, "Oh, you're gonna miss," and then Sabazlai scores it and says, "I never miss." So he's got confidence on penalties. Jesus Christ, what is that? Yeah, agree with Billy. We can't finish, and you can't put Salah. Like if he had blasted it over the bar or just kind of blasted it wide, I'd have a bit of sympathy. But it's the fact that he tried that. Like if he'd gone for the corner and he hit the post, I'd be like, you know what? No problem. At least you kind of tried your best. Number one, and number two, at least you've taken it seriously. But with that, to try that, given the situation the team is in, not just in this game, not just in this competition, but in general, it's mind blowing. Yeah, literally. Anything would have been better than that. Have you seen that penalty from many years ago where Thierry Henry actually passed the penalty to Perez? Or was it the other way around? Did Perez pass the penalty to Henry? Even that would have been better than that. That was garbage. Stefan says, "What's the second worst thing you've seen in your life? If that penalty was the first, the penalty was the first worst thing I've seen in my life, and the second worst thing is the memory of that penalty in my head. I don't think I could put it any better than that. Yeah, I agree with Isabel 100%. Salah needs to go. To be honest, I think he is off. I think he is off at the end of the season. Zayn would have sold Van Dijk this summer. As in, if I know there was the whole contract situation, but you would have sold him this summer. Doesn't have the leadership skills to be captain. Zayn is like on a Van Dijk hating mission. Doesn't have the leadership to be captain. Making individual errors, a sign of decline. Older the more you get, the more injury risk. Is there like a number 5? Like, number 4, he's a bit of a dickhead. Number 5, don't like his hair. It's like you're on a mission today to shit on basically shit on Van Dijk. It's kind of funny. I would keep him because I just think there's too many changes in the back line. Frimpong's a new right back. Kerkez is a new left back. Jeremy Jacquet à la Francais. He's also a new centre back. And if Alisson goes, you might have a new keeper. That's the reason I'd keep him. Because otherwise you're going to have an entirely new defence. And if Liverpool have an entirely new defence, they ain't winning nothing next year. 40 he can't defend. Sean says, Salah just looks so confused in what he wants to do with the penalty and has zero confidence when taking it. Good point. There was just no kind of conviction behind it. And I almost feel like if you do not feel like you're in a good state to take a penalty, and I don't mean this in an offensive manner, but if you don't feel like you're in a good state to take a penalty, give it to one of your teammates to do. Say, you know what, I'm just not feeling confident. You take it. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. That was horrendous. That was absolutely horrendous. Good point about the timer. I am from the future, and in the 60th minute, it is 2-0 Liverpool. I'll reverse time in about 15 minutes. Nerdy footballer says Szoboszlai is genuinely the only player saving me this year because of this club. Szoboszlai has been the standout player. He's saved. I mean, he's saved us how many times already? Scored against Arsenal, scored the other day, scored the game before that, and even scored today. He has 100% been the standout player this year. When everybody else is not performing, Szoboszlai kind of steps up. Let's set the timer back because it's causing a bit of confusion. Where's the fucking timer? Yeah, but without Szoboszlai, I am from the future. Just for clarity, lottery numbers, since it's a lottery today, are number 6, number 5, and number 11. Bonus ball is 18. There you go. You can do that and you can thank me for the 3 million. But I'm going to set the time back. Billy says Salah unfortunately needs to go. Yeah, I forgot about Chiesa. I totally forgot about Chiesa. It'd be nice for Chiesa to get a bit of game time. The best penalty I've ever seen is Maguire. Yeah, no nonsense, right? Is that the one where he just kind of no nonsense just smacked it? That's what you are. Not this kind of cutesy nonsense. Has he scored as a Barcelona got 12 goals this year? Nerdy footballer saying he's got 12 goals. That's really good. Like I know he kind of keeps on scoring. But I've never looked at the total. But if he's got 12 goals, that's pretty impressive. And again, he got another goal today. Without 90 plus minute goals against us, we would be second, third in the table. Let that sink in. I hear what you're saying. I think the flip side is it's just a bit disappointing that Slot, coaching staff, management staff haven't found a fix to this leak. It's like saying that pipe is leaking in my kitchen, and if we only fixed it, the kitchen wouldn't be ruined. But it's a bit annoying that this has happened so often and they just haven't found a solution to it. But I take your point. How did Mo miss the penalty? It was just a brainless moment, to be honest. Yeah, why is Harry Maguire taking a penalty? Why is he taking a penalty? And then he scores the most amazing penalty anyone's ever seen. If Gundogan was playing, says Miro, Galatasaray's defense could have been better. Maybe. He's got 13 goals now. Nice. Oh yeah, I agree with this 100%, Grace. Grace is saying, do you think Slot should sign a faster winger or striker to increase Liverpool's attacking threat? I agree with that 100%. And if percentages were out of 1,000, I'd agree with that 1,000%. I just think there's no pace in this team. And I think that's one of the biggest issues. Last year you had Diaz, last year you had Nunes, you had a bit of pace on the break, a bit of pace on the counter. Now you've got Salah, who's not particularly fast anymore, and that's not his fault, because everybody ages. But you've got Salah, who's not particularly fast anymore. You've got Ekatike, who isn't really rapid. You've got Gakpo, who's physically slow and also mentally slow as well. So Gakpo's slow kind of in multiple facets of the game. And you've got Ekatike and Isak, who are not kind of particularly fast either. I think you just need a bit of pace up front. Wirtz, well, again, he's not rapid. And I think Liverpool need that pace up front, which they just kind of fundamentally do not have. Which player do you think really needs to improve their pace? It's difficult to kind of improve pace, to be honest with you. It's one of those things that you either have or you don't have. Rio and Ngamo was very good from a pace perspective, but he's very young. So I hope Liverpool dip into the market. Nerdy Footballer says, we play good for most of the game, but yeah, I know the but that's coming. Is it but we end up falling asleep and conceding a goal? Like happened against Spurs, like happened a billion times against that. Yeah, as you said, we waste chances and switch off at the end. Salah still... Isabel's had enough. Isabel's had enough. Why is he still on the pitch? Yeah, shit, I've not set the timer. I'll set it in a bit. But surely Chiesa can get more than 3 milliseconds on the pitch today. Chiesa's one of those players, right, that when he leaves, we're gonna be like, shit, we had Federico Chiesa and we never used the poor guy. Like it's only gonna hit us when he leaves. Spurs 1-1, says Stefan. That's a shame. That's a shame for Siphoning Lightning, who was hoping they'd come back. Sean says, if he was a good enough manager, he would have been able to change what's wrong. I agree with that. He's messing the team up. He needs to go, but at the end of the season, I agree with that as well. It makes no sense to kind of get rid of him now. I think the way Liverpool operate is they operate based on a long-term basis. So they will only get rid of Slot if they can bring somebody in who the data says, because remember, they're a very data-centric club. They got data analysis coming out their arse. That sounds really wrong. But they will only get rid of Slot if there's somebody on their data ranking who ranks higher than him. They won't say, oh, let's just get rid of it. They won't do a Chelsea. The way Chelsea sometimes operate is they make the decision first and then they consider the consequences afterwards. So Chelsea will get rid of somebody and then say, oh shit, who do we bring in? Let's bring in this PE teacher from Strasbourg. Liverpool make more long-term decisions, so I think you're correct. If there is a alternative identified, sorry, not an alternative. If there's somebody identified who they think is better, point number one. And point number two, if that person says, yes, I want to join, then I think it will happen. Yeah, I agree with Mr. D4. I think the striker position is all right, but definitely a bit of width. Just a bit of pace. I think 100% needed. But yeah, let me set the timer. See, I've been wanting to get rid of the timer, but Stefan does not let me get rid of it. There you go. Oh, not pressed start. I'm still annoyed about that penalty. If we lose to Galatasaray and City in both cups, will Slot be sacked? I don't think so. Because additionally, another point is this is a club that doesn't listen to outside noise. They don't care what we think. They don't care. And sometimes that's a good thing, to be fair. Maybe sometimes a bad thing, but I don't think they care what the fans think. I think from another perspective, I think we have to remember that Slot was hired by kind of Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. So, Salah, that was better, but it was saved. So, I just think if they were to sack a manager during the season, it would create a lot of noise and it would create pressure on their jobs. Whereas they'd rather just wait 8 more games. And then if you sack someone at the end of the year, you can just phrase it as kind of annual restructuring, or annually you went in a certain direction for a certain period of time and now you're going in a different direction. Whereas if you sack somebody during the season, it's a bit more chaotic, causes a bit more noise, and it will make the owners of Liverpool think Richard Hughes don't know what he's doing. Whereas if Richard Hughes sacks him at the end of the season, it's more of a clean slate and it makes Richard Hughes look cleaner. And we have to think about that as well. We have to think about that. We have to think about these things from Richard Hughes' perspective. He's going to do the decision that works out best for him. He unfortunately doesn't care what we think. Slat R2D2 in, says Stefan. I mean, you could argue they're the same thing. Take care, nerdy footballer. Anthony said, what was that take earlier? We wouldn't have won the league if we didn't score most goals in the 90-minute last season. No. Somebody was saying this year, we've conceded. Oh, Salah to Ekatike. That's got to be a goal. That is a goal. Greg's Pizza. I love that. Greg's Pizza. But 2 nipples, says Isabel, but possibly also 2-0. LFC fan says 2-0. Yeah, that was better. Remember, I said earlier when you guys were saying, am I from the future? I said I am from the future. And by the time it hits the 60th minute, it's going to be 2-0. Okay, Ekatike, you're celebrating a bit too hard there. I love that username. I'm not going to say it because I know what it's trying to say, but it's a very intelligent username. I'm just going to wait. Until they disallow it. You know, I mean, I hope they don't. But quite often I change the score and then some VAR thing and then I have to change it back. Diomande would be good. Grace says, if you could add just one super fast player to Liverpool just for pace, who would it be? Does it have to be realistic or can it be unrealistic? If you say a realistic signing that I think Liverpool could realistically get, I'd go for Michael Olise. Yeah, I fixed that now, Sean. I don't think Liverpool are in form this season, to be honest with you. Stefan says respect the timer is the only reason I'm still here. The timer makes my life better by 17%. Okay, 17% is not bad. 17% is not bad. I'm hoping to get that up to 20% eventually. Salah! Ooh! Gravenberch has scored. Has that gone in? Has that gone in? Shit, that has gone in. I'll update the 2 goals at the same time. I still have an update in the goal before. Charlie saying 3-0. Shorty saying yes. The way the Gravenberch shot bounced, I kind of felt like it was maybe going wide. That's a nice pass by Wirtz. That's a really nice pass by Wirtz. It's a good shot by Salah. I appreciate he didn't score, but that's a good shot by Salah. But yeah, 3-0. 100% onside, says Sean. Okay, this is much better. This is much better. Miro's brother should specify. Miro's brother is a Liverpool. Sorry, not a Liverpool fan. Is a Galatasaray fan. That's why Miro's brother is crying. Grace says gaming stream incoming. Yeah, 100%. Charlie says, let's go. I'm a West Ham fan, but I low-key want Liverpool to win. I like that. I'm liking that. Yeah, you disappear for 10 minutes. And Liverpool score 2 goals. Yeah, pretty crazy. Liverpool on the attack again. You must be the bad luck charm, or maybe you're good luck for United, but bad luck for Liverpool. But yeah, it was nice goal by Gravenberch to make it 3-0, and it was a goal by Ekitike to make it 2-0. Aiden says, good result for yous tonight, mate. Happy for yous. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's much better performance today. Can't lie, I was proper nervous today, thinking we'd lose. Wirtz is on fire, man. Frimpong with a cross is fucking gone in. Wirtz has suddenly turned into Superman with these amazing passes, amazing defense splitting passes. Greg's is saying it's offside. Is it offside? I think he is offside, you know. Yeah. Isabel is saying offside. That's a shame. You are right. And like so Aiden is saying, I think Gakpo out tonight was a big help. I think it's a massive help. It's something a lot of people have been asking for, myself included. But that doesn't make me a genius, because I'm not. Because to be fair, everybody's been saying that. And it's just funny, like when they do what all the fans are asking for. And to be fair, not just what the fans are asking for, even what neutral fans are saying. They're saying, look, Gakpo's holding you back. You take Gakpo at the team, suddenly this looks like it's free-flowing football, it's aggressive football, it's fast football. So I think this is a lot better. You knew he was offside. Sean says, what a start to second half. Didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all. I did predict 2-0. So at half time, I was saying I think it'll be 2-0. But I wouldn't have guessed 3-0. I definitely wouldn't have guessed 3-0. But I'll take that all day long. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but it is PSG next. I don't want to ruin anyone's day, but it is Paris. It is Le Paris after this who are gonna We're gonna be tough, but let's worry about that later. We are cooking, says Grace. Steph, Kane scores again. That guy needs to calm down, man. He needs to chill. Aiden says, I've not watched any of the game, but how have you done overall? First half, I'd say Liverpool were okay. Not amazing, but I'd say Liverpool were all right. But second half they've been very good. I think second half they've been very good. So I'd say first half average, but second half so far really good, I'd say. Grace is saying Gakpo sucks. Mr. Default was saying 20 minutes ago, I was saying I can't wait for work because my boss is a Liverpool fan. You might have to call in sick at this point because he's gonna be pretty unbearable tomorrow. At this rate, he's gonna be jumping off the walls. Yeah, as Unai says, best football they've been playing for a while. These past few minutes, I think when they went 2-0 up, something kind of clicked and suddenly changed. Suddenly something clicked and suddenly changed. And suddenly Wirtz was playing all these amazing passes. I think he played a key part in the Ekitike goal because I think he passed it to Salah and then Salah passed it to Ekitike. He might have also played a key part in the third goal. And I think he also played a key part in the disallowed goal. So Wirtz has suddenly turned it on in the past 10 minutes as well. I think you might be right. I guessed 1-1. So I was wrong, but you were correct. We're cooked against PSG. Let's hope. Let's hope they take this good form into that game. I guess. Yeah, that is Spurs, and that makes kind of drawing to Spurs all the more annoying. United fans, thank you for basically locking up the top 2 coefficient spot before crashing at the next round. That's because we're nice people. That's what we do. We just help each other out. Say, look, we'll lock up the spot for you, and then we'll get battered. We're nice people. Yeah, Kane needs to stop being on fire because that guy just does not stop scoring. Sabozlai. Left-footed shot, not bad, but saved. He's a very fair Liverpool fan like yourself. Okay, that makes work a bit more bearable then. Thankfully, you might not need to pull a sickie tomorrow. Bayern was the best move for Kane, if I'm honest. I think you're right. It's guaranteed trophies, but not just that. He's the focal point of a team that dominates not just the league but also does very well in Europe. So the way he's able just to get on the end of crosses, get on the end of passes, and always put it in the back of the net. It was a move that at the time I was like, you know what, not too sure about. But even fucking Salah's fucking scored. Even Salah's, that's really harsh. Salah's just curled it in. From outside the box, which Mr. Default will be very happy about. Salah's just curled it in from outside the box. What on earth is going on? What the hell is going on? Stefan says, if you needed a wife, which Liverpool player would you marry? Probably Cody Gakpo, because he doesn't deserve his salary. So when we get divorced and I get half his salary, I would not feel bad about that. They're just showing the replay. Actually, yeah, that would have been a better answer. I'm not too familiar with the women's team, but that actually would have been a better answer. Oh, are you saying another check? I thought you were saying another chick. Sorry, another chick based on Stefan's question. But is it another VAR check? We've got a good chance against PSG. We have something to prove against them from last season. We do. And this win should give a lot of confidence. It's not like a 1-0 or a 2-0. This is a significant win. This should hopefully give the team a lot of confidence. If Liverpool play like this, then they've got a chance. The issue is they just don't always play like this. But yeah, let's change the score. The answer is clearly just to sell Cody Gakpo. Just catching up. Oh my effing God, Salah just stuck it to me and to me, to be honest. To me and to everybody. As Sean says, what a goal. Yeah, just the way it was just so perfectly curled into the top corner was pretty amazing. As Grace says, from disaster to hero. Yeah, from disaster to hero in the space of maybe 20 minutes. And hopefully this should give Salah a bit of confidence as well, because as annoying as that penalty was, it felt like it was taken by a player who was low on confidence. So hopefully this should give him confidence as well. I still can't believe that Newcastle was a 7-2 game. I can't believe that either. I didn't watch the game. Wirtz with the cross corner. I didn't see the game, but I thought it was 2-2. And I was thinking, okay, 2-2, that's pretty close. And then I came back later and it was 5-2, and I thought, shit, yeah, Newcastle are screwed. They're not coming back from 5-2. And then I checked the result at the very end, expecting maybe it's still 5-2, maybe it's 5-3, but it's 7-2. Which is wild. I don't think anybody would have predicted that, to be honest. Yeah, as Grace says, we've mostly forgotten the Panenka miss. I can't lie. If there's another penalty, I still want Szoboszlai to take the next penalty, but it's all good. We can worry about that later. Sean says, a crazy stat, the first African player and also 11th player to score 50 goals in Champions League of all time. Dang. You never would have thought that would have happened, right, when he signed from Roma. When Liverpool signed this quote-unquote Chelsea reject from Roma for 35 million. You know, you never would have predicted anything like that. Salah is that type of Neymar type of player. He can just change a game in seconds, and I think that's why he plays. I think that's ultimately why he starts so many games and why he stays on the pitch and very rarely gets subbed. Even if he's playing rubbish, even if he's not really contributing, I think that's why he's a constant, because he can just create something out of nothing. Frimpong's coming off, and Curtis Jones is coming on. Xavier Dude, also known as Sonic the Hedgehog, says, can't believe next year Everton and Liverpool will be in the Champions League facing each other. It would be pretty good. I'd take that, to be honest, because it's not a given at the moment that Liverpool would qualify. So if Liverpool qualify, it means Everton also qualify, no problem. Ekitike through again. Simple pass, Salah. Oh, he's hit the bar, man. He's hit the bar. He kind of it was a cutback by Ekitike. Salah smacked it and he hit the bar. No problem. That's better. It's better. I would have loved him to score that. I'd argue it was. Oh, fuck me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Has it gone in? No, it hasn't gone in. McAllister with a shot, saved. Ekitike with a shot, saved. Yeah, it was really good by Ekitike. It looks like the rest has done Ekitike a lot of good. Aidan says, when Celtic had Frimpong from City, you could see a top player in him, and he was 18, 19 at the time. Yeah, he was kind of quite highly rated in terms of kind of potential. And it's good to kind of see that potential kind of flourish as he went to kind of Leverkusen and now kind of come to Liverpool. He always kind of had that raw pace and that kind of raw ability, which is which is super important. I think there's quite a few kind of Celtic defenders that Liverpool have had. So there's Frimpong, who's a Celtic defender. Van Dijk was a Celtic defender. I think Andy Robertson maybe also was a Celtic defender. And I think there might be one more. But yeah, there's a long line of players who kind of used to play for Celtic in defence, now play for Liverpool. Loved him at Celtic, but don't think we'll see another Van Dijk for a long time. Apparently, Van Dijk was a bit of a weird one in the sense that Celtic rated him really, really, really highly, and I've seen clips of him like taking free kicks for Celtic. But leaving that to the side, apparently Celtic rated him really, really highly, and then other teams didn't as much, which is kind of why he just went to Southampton. But apparently Celtic really, really rated him. But Celtic were right. It's just other teams didn't see it. Yeah, Robertson was in the youth academy. That's correct. Sean says they're just having fun now. Yeah, maybe they need to chill out with the fun slightly. Maybe get a couple more goals. But yeah, I think it's good. It's good in a way. It's good in a way, I guess, that it's kind of building up confidence. But I can't lie. I'd love a few more goals. Ben Doak, yeah, Ben Gannon Doak, as he's known right now. I'm still disappointed Liverpool sold him. I thought there was a player there, especially with the dribbling. N says N is in disbelief, and N says, "Is this my team right now?" It is. It's a surprise to everybody, but Ekatike through again, but keeper off his line. Van Dijk, bossed Scottish Premier League. I know you slaughter us, but he was too. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard kind of people say in the past that Van Dijk just stood out so much at Celtic that it was a bit of a surprise that he ended up just going to Southampton. Emily says we could have been out of sight even more by now. Definitely could have. I think, as Sean was saying, the players seem to be, what's the wording you use? Not relaxed. Where's the wording? Yeah, the players just seem to be having a bit of fun now. But it easily could have been about 6. I won't say 6, 7, but it easily could have been 6 or 7 by now. But I'll take 4. I would have taken 3, and to be honest, I would have taken 2. So 4, I'm pretty happy with. Zaim says Salah playing as a striker suits this. No pace version, like John Barnes moves centrally. I mean, typically that does happen with a lot of wingers. John Barnes, Cristiano Ronaldo. Once they lose the pace, they lose the pace before they lose the finishing ability and the intelligence. So I'm surprised he isn't playing kind of more centrally more often. Not sure Salah could stick to that. Yeah, that could be why. Maybe it's too much of an adjustment for him. But maybe the answer is to still have Salah on the right, but have him in a bit more and get the width from Frimpong maybe. Maybe that's the solution. Gray says Newcastle's defense is crap. It's not the best. They're not having the best year either from a defensive perspective in general, and also today when they conceded 7, we look a lot better without Gakpo. I think that's the answer. There's a lot more cohesion in the attack. There's a lot more aggression in the attack. There's a lot more synergy in the attack, and there's a lot more unpredictability in the attack. Whenever Gakpo's there, you know that guy's gonna cut inside and whack it over the ball with his right foot. Whereas with Wirtz, Ekatike, there's a bit more unpredictability, and I think that makes things more exciting. Christoph Ayer, was he Danish? Was he from Denmark? Possibly. JJ says, despite the bad Salah pen and the disallowed goal, we've been good. It's a much better performance. I can't lie. Much better performance, and hopefully they continue this now, because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need this in the next game against PSG. Currently marching to Turkey to demand this game gets overturned and it's a 3-0 to Galatasaray. If you're marching to Turkey, can you get our manager a hair transplant whilst you're there? He will thank you for it. But if you don't have time, I'll understand. That would be crazy. I mean, given what happened yesterday, if on the 18th of May, you find out they've reversed the decision. That would be kind of crazy. Fish is sleepy. I'm also a bit sleepy, which you wouldn't be able to tell. Oh, Gakpo's on. All right, I've had a fun night. Gakpo's on. I'm gonna go stare at a wall now. To be honest, I can stare at this wall and just come on the pitch. I need to stop hating on the guy. I don't actually hate him that much, but I do find him irritating. Spurs 2-2, Bayern 4. Why is it like whenever? Oh, why is Salah going inside? Why is Salah gone back inside instead of staying in the ground? The annoying thing is, like, whenever we list Champions League scores, it's always like Team A versus Team B 1-1, but Bayern are winning 10-0. Or, Team C versus Team D is 2-1, but Bayern are winning 8-0. Bayern are just a bit too free scoring for my liking. Yeah, the penalty was awful, Grace. It was infuriating. Yeah, Newcastle definitely don't have the best of. They got good players. I think Botman's a good player. Dan Burn's a good player. Keeper's decent, but best defense in Europe probably be a bit much. Keeper is class, as in the Galatasaray keeper. Sean says, as much as I love Gakpo, he's too predictable because he's gonna cut inside. He's gonna cut inside onto that right foot, and he's too slow, a little greedy. Yeah, because it's his move. And like Coutinho used to do this as well back in the day. Coutinho used to also cut inside into the right foot, but Coutinho was more selective when he did it. You could say maybe he did it 50% of the time, as an example. But I feel like Gakpo does it 90% of the time. Always chasing goals. He can never seem to get them, but the rest of them work together. It's something that he needs to work on. If he stays, I don't know if he's gonna stay or if he's gonna get sold, but it's no coincidence that when he was not playing, Liverpool were free scoring. Yeah, Danish Ayer, top player. Billy says we need to keep playing this type of football week in, week out. It's so good, 100%. We need to stick with this lineup. In terms of the personnel on the pitch, I guess this shows the importance of Szoboszlai being in the midfield and not being at fullback. I think that's also important. Keep Szoboszlai in midfield. But if this is working, just stick with it. I think just stick with it. Maybe make small tweaks here and there, but don't change it too much. Gakpo start 5 for Galatasaray. I mean, it would be depressing, but it would also be kind of funny, but more depressing than funny. Fish wants a coffee. Fish, it's 20 to 10. It's a bit late for coffee. Yeah, I agree with Grace. The good thing is, I guess if you're 4-0 up, he's tall and he's a bit physical, which kind of help with defending. 10-1 is fucking wild, man. Joseph would have preferred to lose to avoid being embarrassed by PSG. If Liverpool keep this up, keep up this way of playing, I think they'll have a chance. PSG, I think, will still be favourites regardless. But if Liverpool play like this, they've got a chance. Whereas if Liverpool play how they played against Spurs and Wolves, then they don't have a chance. Rio is better than Gakpo. I want to see Rio get a bit more time. Rio is in many ways the opposite of Gakpo. Gakpo is very predictable. Rio is very unpredictable. Gakpo is slow and physical. Rio is quick and less physical. They're polar opposites. Why is this guy on the floor? Aiden says, one player I miss is Firmino. He was my striker. Is that as in Bobby Firmino? Oh, yeah. Growing up, coming down to watch Liverpool 17, 18. I miss him as well. He's one of those players who I think certain people didn't really appreciate at the time. Because I remember at the time, a lot of people, especially on kind of TV shows and Sky Sports and all that, they'd always say, Firmino's alright, but do Liverpool need a proper striker? I remember they would always say that, and it pissed me off because I thought Firmino was amazing. Firmino was the key to unlocking the two wingers, so Mane on the left and Salah on the right. So he really used to irritate me. With kind of Sky Sports and BT Sports used to say, Firmino's alright, but do Liverpool need an out-and-out striker? But now that he's not here anymore, he's hopefully going to be appreciated a bit more. Sean says they've got a stretcher out for a cut on his thumb. Is that it? I thought it might be like a serious injury or something. The guy's got a paper cut. Isabel says Lang busted his finger on one of the advertising boards on the side of the pitch. He looks like proper knocked out on the floor. I hope it's nothing too serious. Miro says, who scored the fourth goal? I was charging my phone. I think it was Salah. Was it Salah who scored the fourth goal? Curled shot from the edge of the box. Curled shot high into the corner. Or should I say curled into the corner? Nice goal, to be fair. Nice goal. Aiden loves Anfield's main stand. Sorry, don't know what it's called. It is called the main stand, and I will be there next Saturday at 3 p.m. So I got main stand tickets. So there's a Liverpool Legends game. So it's Liverpool Legends versus Borussia Dortmund Legends. Jurgen Klopp's going to be there. Thiago's going to be there. And some others who I can't remember. But yeah, I'll be in the main stand for that. I always sit in the main stand because I get the a good view from that stand. Would you rather go out this round and focus on the Prem or advance to the next round and get knocked out? Oh, so we're fucked in the Champions League either way. I thought you were gonna say, would you rather go out and focus on and get top 4? Or would you rather stay in the Champions League and not get top 4? And I would have gone with that. But it seems like in your hypothetical scenario, we're screwed either way. I'd rather advance to the next round. I know PSG are the favourites and they're the favourites with me, but Champions League fixtures are my favourite fixtures. Like I've kind of always said, it's my favourite competition, more so than the Premier League. So even if Liverpool have a 1% chance of going through, I will watch it. Isabel says yes. Pixel says, can I join you, Top Shagger? You can if you don't call me that in public. but otherwise you can. I used to like Dortmund as a kid. Yeah, Dortmund are a good team. It'll be interesting to kind of see what's happening with Klopp. Is Klopp gonna manage Liverpool, or is Klopp gonna manage Dortmund, or is he gonna take it one half each? But I'm excited. They sent me my ticket yesterday, so should be a good one. Charity games are always fun. How you doing, Reluctant Gamer? Yeah, Legends game. I kind of semi-forgot about it. And then they emailed me my ticket yesterday and I was like, shit, I forgot about that. But yeah, next Saturday, Liverpool versus Dortmund at 3 p.m. I'll try posting some clips if I can. I try not to be too annoying because I have to kind of respect that other people are trying to watch. But I'll try and post some bits and bobs if I can. Yeah, it was a surprise. It was a surprise to me, to be honest. 7-2. I saw it when it was 2-2, and I thought, you know what, you might pull this off. And then the next time I checked, it was 5-2, and I thought, okay, you're not gonna go through. And then the final time I checked, it was 7-2. So it was a bit wild. Yeah, it's a lose-lose in your scenario. Aiden says, our Champions League night at Anfield just top tier. And have you ever been to a Celtic? I've never been to a Celtic Champions League game. No, but if I get the chance, I definitely will. Champions League nights are good, but in general, I prefer kind of nighttime games. Number one, because you have the lights on, and then from a greedy perspective, once the nighttime game is done, you can then walk back and go to eat. So fucking, I'm like I was gonna say something else, but it just kind of flows nicely. I like that flow, rather than afternoon game, and then I don't like that flow as much, as kind of weird as that is. Isabel says, Sabazlai from the first half from the corner, Ekitike from the Salah pass, the Gravenberch where it kind of bounced to him and he kind of kicked it and it bounced, disallowed on goal, and then Salah, I think so. That's crazy. Never would have guessed 4. As Reluctant Gamer says, Liverpool are doing great, doing greater than we ever could have imagined. We will take that. Sean says, that was a bit far off for Slice's finger. I think anyone could walk it off and get it sorted, even if it's broken. Yeah, as in getting a stretcher out. That did seem a bit much, a bit excessive, should we say? But hope he's all right. Champions League is great, says Mr. Default. I can't wait to play it next season and not make it very far. It will be the first time you've played in the new format. I think it might be. Were you there last year in the new format? I don't think you were. But the new format is interesting, the way it works. It might favor you. You never know. Miro is injured and we have a tournament 2 weeks later. What should I do? And I'm the captain in the lineup. What position do you play? That is the question. Strongman says, what happened to Lang? I think he cut his finger. He cut his finger on the sideboards. Yeah, that's what we could name our YouTube series. You can say that at the airport when you get through border patrol and they say, what's your reason for visiting from the United States? You can just say that, and they'll let you in straight away. That's all you need to say. Fish says, do a vlog on it, please. I'm hesitant to do kind of vlogs at football games because I just feel like it would irritate other people. If you know what I mean. That's my excuse at the very least. Pixel saying, screw everybody else, do a vlog. Fair enough. Used to love watching watching Klopp at Anfield used to love watching Klopp when I was at Anfield. He used to just go mental, yeah. The way he'd go like so red as well. I kind of missed that. Like he'd go kind of proper red. I missed that. And I also miss how sometimes when Liverpool would get battered, he would just start laughing. Have you seen those kind of memes of like Liverpool are 3-0 down and it's a picture of Klopp just laughing? I always found that funny because I end up doing that as well. You play CDM. Where's your injury though? Is it like a foot injury? Is it a leg injury? And is it serious? To be honest, if it's serious, then don't play. Just rest, to be honest. I would just rest. Don't want to risk it getting worse. Zame says, what is frustrating for me is that Slot has tweaked the structure to a 3-5-2 shape. Subs coming on. Trainioni's coming on, Rio's coming on, and Chiesa's coming on. Structure to a 3-5-2 shape and is working. Yes, that's the thing. I hope he doesn't change it. Was it Frankfurt? It wasn't Frankfurt. There was some German team that we played and we absolutely battered in the Champions League. And then we were thinking, yay, okay, he's found a new way to play. And then he just changed it the next game. So I hope if he finds something that works, he sticks to it. You were Europa League last season. So this will be the first time in the new format. It's different. It's different. Grace says, what you guys talking about? Like, eight or nine different things. I think I'm juggling pretty well. Grace is obsessed with seeing me standing up. I can't stand up. I'm very good at standing up. I did walk 15 miles a day when I was in Tokyo 2 weeks ago, which I still miss very much. You play, yeah. I mean, if you're injured, best to kind of rest. Sheldon says, I really want Chiesa to play a lot more because we didn't sign him for nothing. Oh, it's gone in. It's McAllister. Is there any beef with this? Alison Becker fan says 5-0. Is there any beef with this? I don't see any problem with that, you know. Let's wait and see what they say. I really want Chiesa to play a lot more because we didn't sign him for nothing. He's a great player. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And we'll regret not using him when he leaves. We'll almost... I feel like it's one of those things we'll look back on in about 4 years and be like, damn, we had Federico Chiesa and we just never used him. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, who was the foul? Are they saying it's Van Dijk? Isabel says that was soft as hell for a foul, and that's never a foul. Are they saying it was a Van Dijk foul on the keeper? Because I thought Van Dijk just got ahead of him naturally. It didn't look like a foul or anything. That was it. It was Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt. Post-traumatic holiday disorder, indeed. That's why I'm going on holiday again in 2 weeks. But only for 3 days. I'm gonna miss the City game. I've noticed. I've realized. Should have mentioned that. I shall not be here for the City game. Yeah, I mean, if you've got kind of pain, don't even if you're the if you're the captain, just rest up and let yourself heal. Lovely to let Chiesa on for 2 minutes. Yeah, lucky Federico. That's double the 1 minute he normally gets. I mean, that would be the icing on the cake if Chiesa was to score, but it's unlikely. So it looks like it's kind of Chiesa on the right, Gakpo in the middle, Rio on the left. Yeah, nonsense decision. Should have been 5-0, or should we say, should have really been 7-8-0. But we'll take it. But are you feeling are you saying your leg is better but it's not fully recovered? If you're feeling better but you're not fully recovered, then yeah, I wouldn't risk playing. I would just rest up a little bit. McAllister foul. Yeah, dude, if you can't lift your leg, then I wouldn't play in this football match. Just kind of rest up. Sometimes you just need to kind of recover, because the risk is if you don't let it recover, it might then get worse. So I would get somebody else to stand in as captain for you. And then you can start playing again when you feel better. Gakpo, you're off. Gakpo, you're a mile offside. What are you doing? Move back. Gakpo in that counter-attack was about a mile ahead of the last defender. And he's saying to Rio, why didn't you pass it to me? Why didn't you pass it to me? I mean, the child did not pass it to you because you were offside. So Bosley goes wide. Miro is going to the doctor. Wish me luck. I wish you the most luck possible. But yeah, I hope it's all right. But yeah, definitely the best plan, just to kind of rest a little bit. Good defending there by Kanate against Icardi. Gakpo is infuriating, and like sometimes I often think, am I being too harsh on the guy? Am I being too harsh? But I don't think I am. We were going through kind of transfer fees earlier. Which transfer fees would we take for certain players? And I was saying, okay, Salah, hopefully we can get 100 million from Saudi, even though it's probably not worth that at this point, but hopefully we can. McAllister, hopefully 70. But Gakpo, I think I'd proactively pay the other team to take Gakpo off our hands. Rio with the skills. Goes wide. How are you, Abbas? Hope you're good. I can't believe it's only 4-0. Miro says, which team Gakpo played before Liverpool? Does anybody know? It was PSV Eindhoven, where he was the captain. So he was actually quite a young captain. And Liverpool signed him, I think, for about 38 million, something like that. But yeah, PSV, I believe. Grace is making an edit of me. Am I ever happy? I'm always happy. I think I'm generally happy most of the time until I see Cody Gakpo. I've just seen Cody Gakpo again. And whenever I see him, I'm less happy. Who do you hate the most? Cody Gakpo, Darth Vader, or Cody Gakpo? You've got Cody Gakpo in there twice there. You've got his kind of his birth name and his professional name. Or Everton. I mean, I'd have to go for Cody Gakpo. I hate the most. Everton the second most. I don't hate Darth Vader, but I guess I better say Satan the third and Darth Vader the least. I think Darth Vader is pretty cool as far as and there's a Darth Vader poster there. Can you see it? Let me move it for you. Look, Darth Vader poster. That's Darth Vader. That's a Darth Vader poster. I don't know if you can see that. So it would be weird for me to hate him if I have a poster of him on the wall. 4-0. Oh right, maybe I was being a bit. So Barzilai or Bruno this season, I think Bruno has been better. Ultra Paris ou Marseille. I mean, I'd have to say Le Paris. Parce que your username il est dit Le Paris. Donc je pense que c'est Paris. Parce que il est dit Le Paris. Hope I butchered that French together pretty well. Great game. Now we really need to perform in our next game against PSG. Yes, 100%. 100% we do. 100% we do. Hopefully we can take this form, take this way of playing, take this lineup into the next game. As SH says, absolutely chuffed. Come on, lads. 100%, 100%. I was kind of really apprehensive about this game. And I thought it would probably be. I thought Galatasaray would probably get a draw. So my prediction before the game was 1-1. But for Liverpool to win this 4-0, and to be honest, 4-0 probably underplays the performance. It could have been about 7 or 8. So this is much better. Stick to this lineup, stick to this way of playing, and then we'll at least have a chance. I think I said the good thing for Ultra Paris. Did you understand my French when I was speaking French, or did you not? When I was butchering my French. Gakpo edit. Grace says, "Are you going to create any shorts?" Maybe, because the next game is Saturday, so maybe tomorrow or something. Oh yeah, I hate Dennis. I despise Dennis. I wish Dennis the worst. Do we have a chance against PSG? Says Jaden. We've got a chance. I still ultimately think that PSG are the favourites, but I think after this performance, it gives you a bit more confidence. I'm not going to say, you know what, Liverpool battered Galatasaray, therefore Liverpool are going to batter PSG. I wouldn't go that far, but I'd say this is a bit more encouraging. This is better. PSG are a completely different animal, but this at least gives you a bit more confidence. Isabel says, hopefully easy Brighton win, then we get sticky to Oilchester. Indeed. So that should be good, and then it should be PSG shortly after that. Stefan says, so no stream at 12:30 Saturday versus Brighton. No, I'll be here for that. I'm going to Madrid on the 3rd of May on the bank holiday. So I'm going to Madrid over the bank holiday, which means I'm going to miss the Oilchester match. So that Oilchester match is on the 4th of May, and I'm going from the 3rd of May to the 5th. I'm gonna miss that one. I think I might be in the Bernabeu that day on my tour. Or is that the next day? I can't remember. Grace is going to send me the edit and tag me in it. Okay, I'm intrigued and also quite excited. I can't lie, quite excited. Shit, yeah, you're right. April. In May, I'm going to Sweden, but I've not mentioned that yet. But yes, April. 3rd of April to the 5th of April. And the game is on the 4th of April. That is correct. But hopefully I come back to a good result. Yes, Sweden in May for the May bank holiday. I've never been. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it should be fun. Grace says, bro, what's with all the holidays? To be honest with you, work is very tiring, and it's one of the I find it's a good way to give me a bit of break from work. So this isn't like my actual job. I just do this for fun. But I actually work in like building like tech, like iPhone apps, websites, that sort of thing. And it's very tiring, and I'm finding it quite rejuvenating. Stefan says, but aren't you going to Anfield on Saturday for 3 p.m. game? That's the next Saturday. So this Saturday is Brighton. So I'm going to be home for this Saturday. But the next Saturday, when it's the international fixtures, there's going to be Liverpool Legends versus Dortmund Legends. I believe it's the 28th. For some reason, 28th is in my head. Yeah, 28th. So yeah, 28th I won't be here. Do you like salmon? If so, you should try gravlax in Sweden. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite fish, but I don't mind it. But yeah, no, I'm up for any recommendations. I haven't really planned the Sweden trip properly yet. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations, send them my way. Yeah, I didn't. I was very vague though. I was deliberately very vague. Another great stream, and thankfully a great game from Liverpool. I'll see you for Brighton game. Sounds good. Hope you have a nice evening, especially after that result, and a nice Thursday and Friday as well. But yeah, I better go now because it's getting past my bedtime. Before I go, Gravdelax is a smoked salmon with a crust of dill and mustard. Super tasty. Okay. Dill, that's a pickle, isn't it? That's a pickle. I'll give it a try. I'll definitely give it a try. I'll make a note of it so I don't forget. Because when I say I'll give it a try, I actually do try the things and then report back. Oh wow, it's all coming out. Kotbula, that looks like is that not a chair that I can buy from IKEA? That's what it looks like. IKEA is Swedish, isn't it? Gravadlax. Interestingly, it auto corrected me, so it knows the word. Kotbula, okay. I've written them down because I will try those things. But yeah, if it is an IKEA desk, then I'll report back and say it wasn't very nice. But yeah, take care, Grace, take care, Isabel, Sean, Stefan. I'll be back on Saturday. But hopefully we smash the Seagulls. Not hopefully, where we will definitely smash the Seagulls. But yeah, take care, guys. Have a nice evening and Thursday and Friday, and I'll see you then.